introduction. It is the man who won last week, the man who seems to win every other week, Jakal and his wolf.
I wouldn't eat no yellow salami. That sounds all sorts of disgust. That is not the kind of gabagool that I want in my jersey, but whatever. Thank you for that beautiful introduction, Ubel, Cornball. Rank Philly, you said?
Yeah.
Wow. I forgot about that. What was it, was it 15th or 14th? I remember seeing something like that yellow. Am I wrong? I literally don't remember. It's been a minute since I've looked at it.
Yeah, I think he's in the 8 to 11 range. Like, he's in a solid placement, especially coming in. He's here for college, I believe. So
Beautiful.
He's out here trying to make a name for himself while he's here. And, oh, boy, he's making more than a couple names for himself, taking some good names off of the Philly brackets and trying to gain that consistency.
Ooh.
And there is no better man, myth, or legend at raw consistency than when it comes to Jakal. But, hey, Yellow immediately takes that stock back, shades of Smash 4 with that drag down fair.
My God, you saw him go for the footstool too, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Like he was going for the whole Smash 4 setup. That was immediately after Jakal followed through with a beautiful tech chase, or tech coverage scenario, I should say, a committal one in the uppy, the grounded uppy on stage for sure. But hey, it killed, and he got it. Perhaps he thought he could get that on a fast follower like Fox. Going to juggle him in the air a little bit here, all the way up to 80%, 40% differential between these two opponents right now. This is going to be an interesting matchup because I feel like these two sort of do similar things, but Wolf does them a little slower, but with more priority in a lot of cases.
A little
Whereas
slower,
Fox,
a lot more distance.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that up smash out of shield scoops both sides. Not as strong, but still plenty strong enough for the 5th lightest character in the game.
I can't believe that's still true.
Oh, he wanted the stock. You can't get the stock off of raw up smash at 80%. Both a little bit of charge and a little bit of read. You could.
Maybe. My first thought was that maybe that was a snapback thing and that he just didn't mean to do it in that direction. Thought he would neutral get up, but it could have been either way. I think your assessment is way more accurate, if I'm being honest. Doable probably was the tech chase read that time around.
Yeah, especially since you also can combo forward or down smash, so common DI is in there, but Jakal, he's seen that setup before. And
oh, yeah.
It's the type of stuff you have to know because it's spacey specific stuff, not spacey specific stuff, but it's when you're playing a spacey, you have to be able to minimize your own punish game. Though that back air comes in just before the up smash and managing to trade. As Cornball Yellow has a chance to build down this speed that Jakal has set up with a couple of these fairs. I love Fox players trying more and more ways to combo into up air, but that just raw up smash won't get him from the DI.
Oh, man, I was about to say, it's very scary when you get scooped by the Haagen-Dazs right there because 90% of the time it will convert into the second one. Unless you are one to pop out. Back throw by here might do it against the 5th lightest. Barely just kissing the blast zone right there in the corner. Going to use that forward air to try to put out a hitbox to cover his landing way back to the stage. Jakal, though, with the craziest coverage I have seen in my life subdue on your last stock. Covering the ledge with the strong hitbox of Wolf Flash. What? Let's take a look at this again, Ubel.
The strong and the wheat hitbox angled down.
Bruh. He's a spacey player. It's like, you know, like I know what it's like to have a linear recovery, and yours is not exactly the same as mine, but it's built fundamentally off of the same one, since the space animals do share some of those relatively similar attributes. I know what covers what here. I've seen this setup a million times before. I've had enough close sets and winning sets with light to the point where I know a lot of the stuff that this character can do. Fundamentally sound for sure, man, but this character will die at relatively early percents, and if not those ones, I know what options to cover by the ledge. Jakal. That was one of the nuttiest things I've seen him do in a while.
It's stuff that you have to build up confidence for with Wolf, it feels like, and Jakal's confidence with Wolf, some days it feels like it's at an all-time high. Some days he picks on it. So, you know 50-50.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Pokemon Stadium 2 here. Still the pick going in and out right now. Both of these players really respecting each other right now. Jakal just waiting to try to catch a bad approach with a forward tilt. Cornball, though, absolutely nothing doing. About a 60% differential right now. Is going to toss him off stage right here. It's rough in that position because, like, it's one of those quick throws where he just has to launch him off the stage for sure. Fox doesn't have any kill throws. His are more so about setups. And speaking of setups, again, 2 stocks in a row. Jakal covering the ledge with the Wolf Flash. Is this actually the new meta?
I mean, edge guarding Fox has always been the meta, but finding ways to do it if you cannot reliably two-frame, and Fox mains have found many ways to avoid the two-frame, holding down, finding angles to drag on the stage, but if you find edge guards that happen before any of that specific hit, then Fox mains just kind of have to hold back.
I guess they do. Speaking of holding, he's holding that shield as...
Yeah, you can see that in the player cam. Fiddling with his control stick a little bit. He wanted that to be a B reverse laser.
I wouldn't have called that. Launching back with the back air, there's the ledge trap situation, just throwing out something that he thought was going to be low lag enough to cover it. Now he's got him off stage, almost getting caught by the Wolf Flash once again. Down tilt going to launch him right back off. These guys at the very least by this ledge are just going tit for tat. Jakal's winning those exchanges most of the time, but the stocks are still relatively close. I mean, you see Cornball and Yellow Salami. Just every time he gets a grab at higher percent, he's never tossing him off stage at any point because he knows that Fox has to commit a little bit harder off of that level rather than Wolf does, since he could just sort of space the F-tilt by the ledge instead. He throws him up to try to catch his landing wherever he may do so with that up air, but Jakal, he just adapts to situations too quick, man. He just knows not to give that to him.
Yeah, there's plenty of experience with Fox in the state of New Jersey. Players like Lemoncy often going to Fox to avoid the Ditto against Jakal. But Yellow's playing such a different Fox. It's a lot more patient, it's a lot more spacing him out, using the ability of Fox to not only gain space but close it just as quickly. The problem is it feels like despite them going tit for tat in neutral, Jakal's wins just mean so much more.
They do, my friend, that they do. And another time covering him out of disadvantage right there. Running off with that neutral air, you are one to do it. You have a stock, why not? You got that big meaty hit, have that big beefy hitbox, I should say, to put that out, and seemed like pretty much just easy pickings at that point, man. It's like, I want to say that, like, the punishes were nice, you know, the damage was clean and consistent, but it just wasn't enough disadvantage to keep Jakal at bay. Every time that he was able to get a grab, he threw him up, tried to catch his landing, and Jakal would just never, ever, 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 ever give that to him. The neutral, they felt each other out. They knew when to respect each other. That looked solid on the part of Yellow and Cornball right there, but, I mean, Jakal just was able to beat him to the punch most of the time instead.
Yeah, the blender, the Fox Vortex that Fox really needs against Wolf, because we see what happens when you go like when you go tit for tat, 1-for-1 trades with Wolf. Things just inevitably snowball into Wolf's favor. Just the damage output, the edge guarding, the beefy hitboxes are just too much. But if you're able to set up that Vortex, Wolf doesn't get a chance to do that.
Yeah.
However, there was no Vortex.
Mm-hmm.
Jakal had just seen it all. He'd seen all the setups. He'd seen all the stuff. He knew what he had to tech. He knew what he had to avoid and to jump away from.
Yeah.
All of that was just it was stuff that, even despite going for some of the new stuff that Yellow did, that these auto-cancel down airs into the up air, slight misses like that, slight misses in order to not find your juggle situations means a neutral reset for Wolf.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those situations where, like, you know, Fox has, like, sort of the Fox ultimate syndrome where he has to just play damn near perfect.
Very good.
Otherwise, this character will just hit one of my I'm better buttons on you to just reset the whole situation. Like you said, man, it's like, how much does the mix matter if you're